I couldn't believe it. The entire nightmare could have been avoided if they'd just trusted me. On the way home, I rehearsed what I'd say, hoping for an apology, maybe even a tearful embrace. Instead, when I walked in and placed the necklace on the table, they looked stunned. "So it was you," my father muttered. "You had it all along." His tone wasn't relief, it was accusation. My mother gasped, clutching her chest. "How dare you make us think it was gone?" I felt my chest tighten. "Are you serious? You accused me of stealing when I did nothing wrong. Here's the receipt. The jeweler put my name on it. That's all." But they didn't care. To them, I was still the villain who'd embarrassed them in front of everyone. That night, I overheard them whispering in the kitchen, saying they couldn't live with someone who lied to them. The next morning, my bags were packed by the door. My father tossed me the house key and said coldly, "Find somewhere else to live. You're not welcome here anymore." I stared at him, numb, until a bitter laugh escaped me. "Fine," I said quietly. "But remember, when the bank calls about the next mortgage payment, don't look for me." His brows furrowed, confusion flashing across his face. "What are you talking about?" I turned around, refusing to give him the satisfaction of seeing my tears. For 3 years, I'd been transferring money anonymously through their mortgage account after Dad's business took a hit. I didn't want them to lose their home, so I kept it secret. But now, I realized they didn't deserve that kind of devotion. Later that week, I stopped the payments. The next month, they received a notice of missed payment. 2 more months passed before the bank sent a foreclosure warning. That's when my father called, his voice suddenly softer, pretending he wanted to talk things out. But I didn't answer. The morning after they kicked me out was the coldest I'd ever felt, even though it was the middle of summer. I sat on the curb outside the house I'd called home for 27 years, surrounded by boxes of my things and the echo of my father's last words, "You're nothing but a liar." The door slammed behind me, and that was it. I had nowhere to go. My parents had accused me of stealing my mother's $65,000 necklace and, despite my proving my innocence, they still saw me as the problem. They told me to leave and never come back. What they didn't know was that the house they lived in, the one they were so proud of, was the house I'd secretly been paying for. It all began 3 years earlier when my father's company went bankrupt. He was too proud to admit to anyone that he couldn't afford the mortgage anymore. My mother, terrified of losing the home, tried to borrow from relatives, but no one wanted to help. I couldn't stand to see them crumble, so I made a decision. I began paying the mortgage quietly, transferring money directly from my savings each month through their account. It wasn't easy. I took extra shifts, sold my car, and